I'm tired. What the fuck is wrong with these drop tables? So, for context, I'm a veteran. I've done a lot of shit in this game to the extent that I don't really know what else to do. I mean, I could go farm Atlas Prime, but my Prime hunting energy is empty at the moment. I could farm more arcane barriers for my Hildren build. But I'm so bored of hunting Eidolons all day, every day. I'm bored, students. So bored. But I still want to make videos, and one thing I've taken a liking to is using capture scenes to save time. So I see that I've yet to get the 3 Grenier Forest scenes, which, as you can see, I've now collected. The thing is, the scenes can only be found in Earth-specific rare crates. I already had a general idea that rare crates are, well, rare. I had a feeling I'd suffer, but again, I'm bored. And I also thought, time to test the RNG. So I went for it, doing simple Earth Exterminate. I didn't quite anticipate how long this journey would last. The first few days of farm, I guesstimated I did about 50 runs or less. So I started logging the number of runs I did, as well as the number of Iatan sculptures I found for each crate farm. Starting at 50, give or take, I began counting. And on run 66, I finally found a rare crate and got the factory scene after 9 Iatans collected. I won't lie, that was boring as hell. Easy, but boring. And long. Like, 66 runs is way too much for a damn crate that drops jack shit but a 30-minute booster, credits, and a scene. But alas, I was on a hunt for all the scenes. So I kept going. The second one was acquired within 18 runs. I was pretty surprised I got it so soon, but you do luck out sometimes. I got the industry scene after 3 Iatans, which left just the water pump scene for me to find. As you can see in this log, that didn't go well at all. Within 10 to 20 runs of my third farm, I found an armored container which is super duper rare. But I didn't count it, because I don't believe rare crates in general come out of a rare spawn table. I figured the armor crate is one of the normal spawn table for crates, just much rarer. But after doing that, I slaved for hours. And in that time I kept thinking to myself, wait a minute, if rare crates function like normal ones, there's still the possibility of getting duplicates. And after 35 runs and 16 Iatans, I found that I was correct. Another damn factory scene. It was then that I began to realize that the spawn chance of rare crates is 1% per mission. That coupled with the fact that there are 3 equally likely scenes. For me to get the water pump scene, if the spawn chance was in fact 1%, I essentially had to face 300 to 1 odds. What that means is, in the absolute worst case scenario, I would potentially have to run that mission 300 times or more. But I still farmed, because I wanted to see this through. After 3 more farms, I got the water pump scene. The total farm was 242 runs and 38 Iatans. Overall taking roughly 16 to 20 fucking hours. From that data, the average number of runs per crate would be 40, and the number of Iatans 6. And that is just the average. I wasted more than half a day worth of game time just to get 3 stupid scenes for my videos. Sure, I probably could have asked friends or traded for some, but I didn't get these scenes only to get them. I got them to see how long it would take to get them, to gauge how shitty the RNG is. I believe most, if not all, veterans have suffered RNG in one way or another. I know someone on Discord who was farming for the Blazing Steppe ephemera on Elite Sanctuary Onslaught in the same period of time that I was farming the scenes. He got it after roughly 60 runs. A full Zone 8 run takes 20 minutes. So he spent 20 hours just to get it. And it actually does have a 1% drop chance. If he had the worst luck possible, he'd have had to spend 33 hours just to get it. And that's the thing. There are millions of players in this game, and a decent enough chunk of them have the worst luck possible. Someone is wasting over a day's worth of game time to get some super rare shit. Do you see the issue here? It's not a matter of if, but when. Rolling a 100-sided dice is not a matter of skill, it's a matter of chance. And more importantly, it's a matter of time. We have to anticipate that we might have to roll 100 times to get the drop we want. Or worse, it's easily perceivable that RNG will seriously fuck you over. Remember, I had to do 95 runs for one of those farms. If it's in fact not true that the spawn chance is 1%, if it was even 2%, then RNG fucked me over. I am in no way demanding for farming to be downright easy. I am not against a fairly indecent farm. I'm only asking, how much farming should we have to do? Not only that, how much farming should the most unfortunate player have to do? Should the most unfortunate player do 100 or so ESO runs? Should the most unfortunate player have no choice but to either run 600 sabotage missions to get the parts for the Xiphos landing craft, or buy the whole thing? I'm not joking. Each part has a 0.5% drop chance from ship sabotage missions. In other words, up to 200 runs per part. And I must say, the worst of all grinds is stances. Let me put it into perspective. I recently finished my farm for the Captura scenes, and I decided to farm the hidden rooms for some Jupiter scenes I'm missing. And I'm not joking. The first Conculist I fought dropped Vengeful Revenant. New. As in, I've never gotten that mod before in my life. It's currently October 24th, 2019 that I write this. The same day I got it. The Second Dream, which introduced Conculists to the game, came out on December 3rd, 2015. So, even though I wasn't looking for it, it took me 4 years to passively get a fucking stance. It's a 0.42% drop chance off of Conculist of all things. Are you fucking kidding me? DE, stop making stances hard to get. Supposedly they're going to do some changes to the stance acquisition, but they could at least make it less abysmal in the meantime. Not only that, it took me 2 years to passively get Defiled Snapdragon. And Scorpions are everywhere. I mop the floor with them all the time. But guess what? 0.03 drop chance. No wonder it took 2 fucking years. Let me clarify. I don't care for the mods. It's not about the mods. It's about how long it took to get them. I even got yet another Tranquil Cleave recently, after probably several months of not farming it. But imagine the torment of actually farming any item with a 0.03 drop chance. Imagine being the motherfucker who spent hours farming it, eventually giving up, but then gets it a year or so later thinking, if only I had gotten it back then, when I actually wanted it. Now it means nothing to me. Sure, that motherfucker probably could have bought it with platinum. But then again, he was probably busy using that platinum on other shit like equipment slots and other essentials. Maybe he bought some cosmetics down the road and other things he didn't need. Platinum spent on junk that wasn't that 0.03% item. Is that on him? Probably. But then again, that's not a really good ultimatum, is it? Spend platinum or grind until you wonder why you still even play this game, potentially give up and get the thing somewhere down the road, but at a point in time where you no longer value the thing. Therefore, DE diminishes the value of their content. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. If is skill-based. Getting more than one Hydralist a night is an if. Getting an Arcane Energize is a when. Rewards are not skill-based, they are grind-based. It doesn't take skill to find rare crates, it doesn't take skill to get an ephemera drop, and it sure as hell doesn't take skill to get a vengeful fucking revenant. Being eligible to roll the dice can be skill-based, but the actual rolling of the dice itself is not a skill. Unfortunately, skill-based rewards don't really exist in Warframe, so again, the only thing we can do is either endure the grind, or spend money. But that's not a very good ultimatum. A more ideal ultimatum would be, get good or spend money. But rolling dice is not getting good, it's getting lucky. DE, I really wish you'd change the grind for certain items. The rarity of some things is disproportionately high. Captura scenes shouldn't be that fucking tedious to get. I don't value them as something that should take days to collect. Either tweak the spawn rate of rare crates or put them somewhere else. In other cases, make the acquisition more skill-based. Create a challenge that only veterans would have the means to do. An ephemera drops in ESO, lock it behind Zone 16 at 20 to 30% drop chance or something. An ephemera drops from Exploiter, make a nightmare version, or something. Seriously, you did nightmare raids, what's stopping you from doing nightmare versions of the current late game content? And stop putting the Eidolon ephemera in Nightwave, and lock it behind a 3x3 Eidolon hunt or something. These are cosmetics and non-essential items, not legendary weapons. An ephemera is not some OP Eidolon hunting sniper. So why are we grinding like they are? It should be a reward for a great challenge, not a long grind. You can still have RNG play a factor, but not so much that it would take hours just to get the damn thing. Please and thank you. Anyways, that's my rant. I really hope it gets some traction. Stay tuned, and thanks for watching Warframe Stigma.